Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got Chapter 5 of the Starfaller Shadowborn narrative in front of us today. Pretty dark stuff.
Oh, yeah. Dense and definitely dark. Our job, as always, is to take this and really boil it down for you, get to the core of what's happening.
And what's happening is intense. Starfaller, the assassin we know, he's facing something way beyond a failed mission here. It's about his whole identity, his free will, completely shattering.
Exactly. So our mission today is to dig into this really sudden, brutal transformation he goes through. We need to figure out what this Eye of Shadows is now, because it's clearly more than just some dangerous artifact he picked up. It's active, manipulative.
And we're jumping straight into the deep end, no easing in. Starfaller wakes up, and it's just pure agony.
Yeah, but it's described as not just physical pain, right? It's like he's being torn apart from the inside.
Yeah.
And there's this hunger.
A hunger that feels totally wrong, alien almost, like an instinct he shouldn't have.
And the psychological part is immediate. He hears this choir of madness. It's whispering and screaming at the same time. Horrible.
Giving him that one chilling command. Hello, puppet. Feed us.
Right there, that's his new reality spelled out. He's the puppet, the host. And whatever's inside, it's awake and it's starving.
Okay, so let's break down how this transformation actually works, the physical side of it. The first thing the Eye forces him to do is create a weapon.
Yeah, he conjures this dagger of pure darkness, and it pulses. The text makes a point that it draws power from his pain and that awful hunger.
That feels like a big shift. His old shadow magic wasn't like that, was it?
Not at all. That was about skill, ambient shadows. This is different. It's using his suffering, his actual essence, as fuel, which is terrifying.
And we see the control tested almost immediately in the Tavern of Lost Souls. He's pushed towards that sleeping woman.
The Eye's will is clear. Take, consume, feed. His body is literally moving against his will.
But he fights it. He still has some control, some core identity left. Instead of killing her, he drives the dagger into his own hand.
A really violent act of defiance. Self-destructive, even.
And the result is the first major clue. He expects pain, blood, a normal dark elf wound.
But instead, black smoke.
Yeah.
Thin wisps curl out and just vanish.
Leading to that horrifying realization he couldn't bleed anymore.
Yeah, that's the moment. His fundamental biology, everything he thought he was, it's gone. He's been converted. He's something else now.
Deeply unsettling. A walking shadow construct, essentially. But the Eye isn't done with him, is it?
Nope. He escapes the tavern, lands on the streets of Arcust, and his body's still not his own. It walks him right towards some poor, drunken warrior.
Completely against his will again. So how does the feeding work this time?
Well, when he touches the warrior, the source mentions this faint silver light under his fingertips. That seems to be the visual cue for the draining process.
And what does Starfaller feel?
It's this bizarre mix. Immense relief, a surge of power, even something called bliss, but mixed with total revulsion. He knows he's draining the life out of this guy.
And the warrior just collapsed.
Like a puppet with cut strings, yeah. Out cold. Still breathing, though. Starfaller didn't take it all the way.
Which, of course, makes the voices furious. Feed your new master!
Right. He stopped short of killing, but he knows now this will happen again. The Eye will force him.
So how does he fight something that's basically wired into him now?
His solution is brutal, but it makes sense for an assassin. He uses pain as an anchor. He forces himself to summon another shadow dagger and drives it into his other palm.
Doubling down on the agony to stay grounded.
Exactly. That intense physical pain is something he understands, something he can focus on to resist the existential horror and the commands until the pressure finally backs off.
Okay, so fast forward. He wakes up later. The immediate pain, the hunger, they've faded. He feels this odd weightlessness.
But the proof is there, isn't it? 2 wounds, perfectly formed, still faintly traced with that black smoke. No scars, just evidence of the change. It's permanent.
So naturally, his next thought is, get rid of the source. The Eye itself. It's on a chain under his skin, right?
Yeah, fastened to his chest. He decides he has to rip it free. Seems logical. If something's causing you misery, remove it.
But this is where it shifts from just body horror to something deeper, existential dread. He rips the chain free, and what happens?
Catastrophe. The text says the world unraveled. It wasn't just pain. It was this soul-crushing weakness. His body literally starts dissolving. Black smoke rising off his skin. He's ceasing to exist.
Oh, wow. So the Eye isn't just a parasite.
It's his life support. It's the only thing tethering him to reality now. He has to frantically press it back to his chest to stop dissolving.
And that's the awful conclusion. His fate and the Eye's were now tied. There's no getting rid of it.
None. It's not an item he carries anymore. It's a vital organ. He needs it to survive in this dimension.
Which forces us to look back, doesn't it? Remember the old witch? She said the eye was the key to your past and your future.
Yeah, that line hits different now, doesn't it? Was she actually helping him find his path, or was she sort of setting the trap, ensuring he'd become dependent on it?
It reframes everything. That key might have actually been a cage from the start, a very sophisticated one.
Totally. He has zero autonomy left regarding the eye. He can't fight it, can't discard it. He must carry it or he unravels. That's some heavy narrative weight right there.
So, faced with this impossible reality, needing this horrific thing to live, Starfaller does what he does best besides fighting. He seeks information.
Right. Knowledge is power, or at least understanding. He heads deep into the grave, this hidden network, to find the archivist, Sale.
And Say gives him that classic ominous warning.
Some knowledge costs more than it's worth, and boy, does this knowledge come at a cost. It triggers a full-blown identity crisis.
Because the archives confirm the eye is ancient, older than gods, sure, but the real bombshell is the information about the Shadowborn elves.
Yeah. Let's clarify this for everyone, because it's crucial. Starfaller always believed he was a dark elf. They use shadow magic, stealth, assassination. Standard stuff for his kind.
But the Shadowborn are different.
Completely. The records describe them as beings from beyond the veil, and their key traits. They bleed black smoke, and they need to drain life to sustain themselves.
Every detail matches what he just experienced.
Exactly. It lines up perfectly with the horror he woke up to. He isn't a dark elf anymore. Maybe he never truly was, or maybe he's been overwritten.
Which immediately makes him question his past, right? That ritual the Grim Shadows performed on him as a kid, they said it saved him from sickness.
But now he wonders, did it save him? Or did it, sever him from where he was supposed to go? Did it trap him here?
So his childhood trauma shifts from survival to possibly interference, being unnaturally anchored in this world.
And connecting all those dots leads to the most chilling part he finds in the archive. It basically asks, if Shadowborn could not remain in this world, then what was he doing here?
Wow. So it's not just about new powers. It's like his very existence here is wrong, against the rules of reality.
Precisely. He's an anomaly, biologically driven by needs that this world wasn't meant to sustain.
And speaking of needs, that hunger comes back pretty quickly, doesn't it? The eye needs fuel.
Yeah, it forces him into something pretty degrading, hunting rats in the lower levels of the grave.
And draining them. How does the text describe it?
Until they're just ash between his fingers.
Oh! That shows the completeness of it, doesn't it? Total consumption.
It's a grim compromise. He resisted killing the warrior, but the biological imperative is too strong. He has to feed, even if it's just rats for now. It normalizes the horror, step by step.
But it's not all bad. From a purely functional standpoint, the eye is also making him stronger, right?
Oh, definitely. The sourceless upgrades. His shadow step covers more distance. His daggers hit harder. He leaves these flickers in the dark when he moves. He's faster, deadlier.
He's become more than an assassin. He's something else. A predator.
And the narrative doesn't just tell us. It shows us. We get that contract against the blood mage, Kazran Vale.
A supposedly powerful opponent. Blood magic, crimson tendrils. Sounds nasty.
Very. But it's the perfect test case for this new Starfaller. Vale throws his best blood magic at him.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Starfaller realizes his new shadow nature inherently counters it. The text says his shadow-devoured blood magic.
Like anti-life versus life magic.
Pretty much. The power dynamic is completely flipped. The fight itself is almost anticlimactic in its brutality. Starfaller binds him with a shadow chain.
And then the feeding happens again.
Yeah. Fingers close around the throat. That silver-black light pulses again. Vale doesn't just die. He shrieks, withers instantly, and collapses into bones. Hollow flesh.
Consumed. Utterly.
Total consumption. That's the end point.
And that's how the chapter ends. Starfaller standing over the remains, the hunger quiet for now.
Yeah. He's powerful, undeniably. But the chapter leaves him with that lingering question. Is becoming this something else actually a good thing? Or is it the start of losing himself completely?
What a transformation. We literally watched him go from panicked victim trying to use pain to stay sane to this empowered, terrifying Shadowborn.
Yeah, the key markers are all there now. The black smoke, the unbreakable bond with the eye, the need to consume life. The physical change is done.
But the real weight, as you said, is philosophical now, moral. He knows he needs this thing that forces him to kill, and he knows his identity is tied to this ancient race that isn't even supposed to be here.
That crisis of belonging is huge. He's a destructive force operating outside the natural laws of his world. That really sets up incredible conflict moving forward.
Absolutely. So we'll leave you, the listener, with this final thought to chew on, pulled straight from the source material we discussed. If the Shadowborn aren't meant for this world, and that childhood ritual might have cut Starfaller off from his true path, what is the Eye of Shadows really up to? Is it guiding him towards some grand ancient destiny?
Or is it just a parasite, using him to carve out a place for its own consuming existence in reality where neither of them truly belong? We've definitely only scratched the surface here.
Indeed. Thanks for diving deep with us on this one.